Can you name the country from its national dish? Which country invented the doner kebab? Australia, Argentina, Egypt, or Turkey? I'm fairly sure we're... Oh wait, no. I was about to just go for Turkey, but is it Egypt? I think it's Turkey. Again, I'm erring towards Turkey, so let's just give it a punt. Alright, we've got the doner in the house. Apparently originating in Turkey during the Ottoman Empire. Sweet. Where will you find this meat, seafood and rice dish known as paella? I don't need to read the options out. It's Spain. I've had it before. Fantastic. Lovely old dish. What American culture invented this dish of diced raw fish called poke? Or is it pokey? I don't know. An American culture though. This one I have no idea. And you can tell that the quiz is geared towards Americans because I'd never even heard of this dish before. Are you going to tell me that the one I get wrong is because it's specifically to do with an American province? Because that's just not fair, guys. That's just not fair. We've got Alaska, we've got Hawaii, we've got New Orleans, and we have New England. Thinking about this logically, it can't be Alaska because there's a lot of fresh vegetables and greens in there, which makes me think that it's not going to be easy to get that kind of thing in Alaska. But again, the one that I'm being drawn to is Hawaii. It just feels like the kind of place where you'd be able to get a lot of these ingredients quite easily, and it's something where they'd be able to invent this without too much trouble. So I'm going to guess Hawaii. Well, these guesses have been on fire, ladies and gentlemen. This dish of fried cod and potatoes dates back to the 1850s from which country? Well, I could read out the options, but my old heart tells me that I know exactly where this is coming from. One of the few good things that have come out of our country, the United Kingdom. Fish and chips, lad. Yeah. And who says that we don't have good food? Where will you find this spongy flatbread called injera, served with almost every meal? That, ladies and gentlemen, looks like a pile of napkins. That's not food. What is this? Well, the options are Ethiopia, Finland, Israel, or Egypt. I don't have the foggiest. I'm going to guess not Finland, and I'm also going to guess not Israel. Perhaps it's something that's quite easily made and something that when you're in a place that doesn't have a ton of agriculture, then this might be the kind of dish that you have quite frequently. So I'm going to guess Ethiopia, but this is a complete shot in the dark. And there we are. Where will you find this dish of French fries slathered in gravy and cheese curds? I'm surprised that they didn't have France as one of the options because I think many people would have picked that. Just because. But we have New Zealand, we have Scotland, we have Canada, and we have Ireland. This, I believe, is poutine, and that is Canadian, so let's just pick that one. Excellent, excellent. So this dish originated in Quebec in the 1950s. Poutine is so popular that there's annual celebrations across the country just because of how good it is. I mean, if you have anything with cheese, it's going to be pretty popular. What country is home to this dish of cold and cured seafood known as ceviche? I must have absolutely butchered the pronunciation on that. But the options are Peru, France, Cambodia, and Egypt. Cold seafood. So I'm going to strike out France, and I'm probably going to strike out Egypt. This is the tough one. I'm torn between Peru and Cambodia. I'm going to go with my logic and say that Peru probably is airing more towards the beefier red meat side of dishes. So I'm going to guess Cambodia, but this might be the first one I actually get wrong after all this time. Oh, no. It was Peru. So the dish that I couldn't pronounce, it's a seafood dish that originated in Peru, but very popular over all of Latin America. Well, you learn something new every day. Every day's a school day. Can't say it looks the most appetizing, but hey. Don't judge a book by its cover. What country is known for this messy dish of mud crab smothered in tomato chili sauce? Wow, that's quite the scene. How do you even eat it? The options are South Africa, Singapore, Peru, and China. Now, just because the last answer was Peru, I'm going to give that a miss and just go for Singapore. It just seems like the kind of thing they'd eat over there. And we're correct. This seems incredibly difficult to eat. As much as I like seafood, how do you even get into this thing? In what country is fermented shark a national dish? That looks lovely. We have New Zealand, we have Russia, we have Sweden, and we have Iceland. Now I know the answer's Iceland because I've had it before. And let me tell you, it's something else. The smell, oh my god, the smell is... I still have flashbacks of smelling this dish. It's god awful. But it's Iceland. You'll be very hard pressed to find this delicacy outside of Ireland. Yeah, no dip. It smells awful. And the reason it smells awful is for these reasons. So yeah. Haggis is illegal in the United States, but what country lists it as its national dish? We have Bolivia, Scotland, Finland, and Australia. Again, I've had this before. It's Scotland, and it's not actually as bad as people say it is. Again, got to be adventurous with these things. You got to try anything once. Even if it's sheep heart, liver, and lungs chopped up with onion and a spice broth and wrapped in stomach lining. Honestly, it's actually not as bad as you think it is. It's all right. In what country might you slather this thick black spread on toast for breakfast, which many think as a national dish? It's not a national dish, I don't think, but I'm fairly sure that's Vegemite. Very similar to Marmite, but Australia's weird cousin version of the dish. We've got Australia. So yeah, Vegemite is just basically leftover brewer's yeast mixed with vegetables and spices, which creates a black tar in a jar. Because sure, why not? You can eat nasi goreng at any time of the day in what country that lists it as one of its national dishes. We have South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, and Indonesia. I feel less scared about getting one of these wrong now because I have got one wrong, so I'm going to just pick one because I don't know. I've never heard of this dish. I don't know where it's from. Also, all four of these answers could potentially be right. The fact that this has some seafood in it is making me steer away from African countries. I'm thinking Indonesia. And there we are. Apparently it's all over Southeast Asia, so steering away from Africa was probably a good shout. Where will you find these potato pancakes that are usually seasoned with onion and garlic? The options are Libya, Rwanda, Latvia, and Spain. Again, I've never heard of these or even seen them, so I'm going to guess probably not Spain, but it's made of potato. So maybe Northern Europe, so I'm thinking Latvia. Potentially not Rwanda or Libya. I just don't think that's the kind of dish they'd have over there. Do they even really have potatoes as such? Who knows? But we're going to go for Latvia. Ace. This traditional dish called stampot that consists of potatoes mashed with vegetables is the national dish of what country? The options are Argentina, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Germany. If I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I think I would have got quite far at this point. For that question I didn't know, I probably would have used a lifeline, so we'd be still in the game. So I think I'm going to rule out Argentina and potentially also Germany. I'm thinking Sweden. Oh, actually, I've just realised the wiki commons for this image is by the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so I think it's the Netherlands. And there we are. Thanks, Wiki. In what country will you find black and white pudding as part of a full breakfast, which many consider a national dish? We have Australia, we have Greenland, we have the United Kingdom, and we have France. Now, I know the answer is the United Kingdom because we have black pudding with English breakfast. And I have seen the white pudding before, but it's not quite as common. So I'm pretty sure it's the UK. Yeah. Again, these aren't awful. Black pudding is basically blood sausage. So, yeah, real tasty, folks. Do you know what country lists this cheese-filled bread called khachapuri as its national dish? Did I get that right? The options are Georgia, Ukraine, Turkey, and Poland. By the process of elimination, I'm going to not have Poland because we've already had pierogies. I'm going to not have Turkey. Doesn't really seem Turkish. I'm erring towards Georgia. I'm going to shoot my shot and go for Georgia. These guesses are pretty good, I'm not going to lie. You may recognise this traditional dish as a cheese boat. Oh, well. Cheese boat sounds pretty nice. All aboard. Where is chicken adobo considered the unofficial national dish of the country? Unofficial, okay. We've got the Philippines, South Africa, Argentina, and Japan. Chicken. I'm instantly thinking South Africa, but I don't know why. Good luck explaining that one, folks. Japan, no. Argentina, no. Philippines, potentially, but South Africa's just drawing me to this option right here, which I think I'm going to click. Oh, it was wrong. It was the Philippines. It's one of the country's most popular dishes, and it's the country's unofficial national dish. A good adobo comes down to the marinade, and since the Philippines naturally produce coconut, sugar, cane, and Napa palm vinegar, some tasty marinades can be made. Don't I have egg on my face? And the sad part of that is that this isn't even an egg dish. So it's not South Africa, it's the Philippines. What South American country is known for this stew and beans and pork called feijoada? I'm so sorry if I'm getting the pronunciation wrong on these. As we're getting further down this list, these are just all things that I've never even seen before, so yeah. The options are Argentina, Brazil, Chile, and Peru. Well, I don't really know what to think to this dish because it's got a little pool in it from the looks of it. It looks like it's swimming in juices. Lovely. Thankfully, they've narrowed it down to South America, but the problem is I have no idea where in South America this is, so honestly, this is like a 1 in 4 shot. I have nothing to even narrow this down with. Stew, beans, pork. It just seems like you'd probably get that from any of these places. I'm gonna guess Chile. Okay, we are starting to get these wrong now. I was complaining earlier about how easy some of these were, but yeah, well, it was Brazil. So, back in the day, Portugal colonized a lot of the lands like Brazil, Macau, and Cape Verde. And this is the national dish in all those countries. Interesting. In what African country will you find pastilla, a dish that many call pigeon pie? Is it made from pigeon? Who knows? The options are Morocco, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Nigeria. I don't know what's in this thing. Is it pigeon? Where do they have pigeons? I don't know. Again, this is just going to be a guess. I don't know. Morocco, maybe? Oh, well, it was Morocco. Oh, it actually... It is made of pigeon. This dish is known as pigeon pie. It's one of Morocco's most traditional meals. Chicken or fish can be used as alternatives since pigeon meat isn't the easiest to attain. Burger and fries are to America as mussels and fries are to Belgium, Germany, Portugal, or South Africa. I'm fairly sure this is Portugal. I'm definitely sure that it's... Wait. No. Is it Belgium? They like their fries over in Belgium. It's definitely not Germany. And I'm fairly sure it's not South Africa. You know what? I was going to go for Portugal. I'm changing my idea and I'm going for Belgium. Let's do it. And I'm glad I did. Oh, so basically mussels and fries is their national dish? Seems very basic, but there we are. And we have now finished the quiz with a final score of 37 out of 40. We got 3 wrong, which I think's pretty good going. Who'd have thought I would have got that high of a score? But, well, let me know down in the comments what you got for your score and whether you beat me or not. Anywho, if you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys have got an idea for a quiz that you want me to look at next, just let me know down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.